Hi everyone, welcome back. As you know, I live a mostly minimalist lifestyle. I like to live clutter-free, but I still enjoy shopping, thrifting, finding the thrill of the hunt kind of thing. But I do have to practice a couple of things. So I do have a pretty strong internal dialogue going, convincing myself that I don't need things, you know, it's not just the money, it's the clutter. And I also had to practice things like a one in, one out type of rule. So I'm gonna show you what I got at our local thrift store. We have a St. Vincent de Paul out here. And I'm also gonna tell you some of the things that were in my cart that did not come home with me because I was able to come to my senses and talk myself out of it. So the first thing I got for $4 was this beautiful metal bread box. It is such a sweet, like precious color. It's sort of like a lavender, maybe a little more pink than purple. I got it with the intention to use it in my daughter's new playroom because you guys, I combined their rooms. I had been wanting to do this for a long time and then I just wanted to try it, and I think I jumped the gun a little bit because my 2-year-old hasn't really slept very well at all since doing it. It's only been a week, a little less than a week. But I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna see if they can figure it out. So this is their sleeping room. They have a playroom because it just made sense to me to like sleep and rest in one room and have all the toys in another, because then I can really see what we have. It's really easy to think that you don't have a lot when you have it all spread out all over the house. So anyway, those are my intentions. If you want to hear more or see anything or pertaining to that room, let me know in the comments below. But that's the bread box, and I love it. In fact, I think this is going to be the color I paint over the green. So we'll see if when that happens. Also for the room, I got this little display shelf. It was 99 cents and it has the tooth and nail kind of thing here where I could put a nail on the wall and hang it, or I could use command strips. So I've mentioned this before, but if you hear me mention command strips on something flat like this, I'm talking about the kind that are like hook and loop or that snap together, sort of like a Velcro. That's what I use for the mirror in the entryway closet too. A few of you were wondering about that. I've never had a problem. Nothing has ever fallen off on me. I have a really big metal chalkboard up in my kitchen with 4 of those strips. So just use more if you think your piece is a little heavier. And they all have like a recommended weight on there, so just pay attention to that when you're using them. But anyway, the purpose of this is to display some of their little trinkets and collectors things. So they have like little rocks they like to collect, little figurines, a little hamster thing, a My Little Pony. And I thought it would be a cute way to add some art to the wall without having to really buy any more toys or things. Just kind of use what we have. Plus, they'll play with them a little more, because right now they're just shoved in the bin and they get lost and they don't get used. I found another cutting board. This was marked at $1, but she gave it to me for 50 cents and I don't know why. So it's originally IKEA, but I didn't know that until I brought it home. I didn't see that part. So while I was editing, I had an epiphany here. This is what I told you I got from the thrift store for $1, and I'm like, oh, it says IKEA. I didn't realize that. It's because I did not get this from the thrift store for $1. I actually bought this from IKEA for full price, which was probably like $4. This is the one I thrifted from the St. Vincent de Paul for $1. So I just grabbed the wrong cutting board to film the video. So I paid much less and it's much bigger, but they're both useful, functional kind of things. I just needed to make that correction. Now there were some other things from the bric-a-brac section that were in my cart that didn't come home with me. One was this really cute wooden vintage looking shelf, except it had been painted like a really shiny red. And I love taking something that's old and redoing it in a modern palette. So I was tempted to bring it home and sand it down and do it in like a matte black and hang it on their wall. But it was just a shelf and it's just a place to put things. It didn't really serve any other purpose than that. There were no hooks or anything, and so I thought it would save the wall space. I was like talking myself into buying it when I knew that I didn't really need it. I saved myself the money and a project, so that's why that went back. Also for my girls, I got them, I say them because they're pretty close in size. They're not exactly the same shoe size, but I got this really cute pair of navy leather flats. I think they're so cute, perfect for spring. They're size 10, so they may fit Olivia. She's a little bit smaller than a 10. They may fit her come spring. It has a buckle here, but it's a snap, which is making every mom's life a little bit easier. I love that they're flat. I don't like it when their shoes are too thick right here or if the heel's too thick, so it's perfect. And then I say it's for them because Violet could probably wear these as well in a, you know, maybe another year later, we'll see. Then I went over to the clothes. I tried on 4 things. I brought home 2. So I recently decluttered 2 sweaters, and so I'm replacing them with sweaters. I am really focused on my spring capsule wardrobe because even though I'm mostly minimalist, I have never been able to really do a capsule wardrobe very well. And so I'm using my resources, I'm following some blogs, and so I'm focusing all on spring, but in the meantime, it's still winter and it's still cold out here. So I got 2 sweaters to replace the 2 that I decluttered. This first one is super cute. It's fun, it's wild, it's print, and I like it. It's originally from Old Navy. I got it for $4.99. I think I might put like a collar under it or roll the sleeves up because the sleeves are a little short on me, but it fits well in the body. So $5 for that one. This one was $1.50 because it was like green tag day. It's supposed to be $5, but I don't know why they mark things the way they mark things. But this one is a bright fuchsia, again with the bright colors. I don't know, I guess I'm feeling like spring is in the air, even though it definitely isn't. Ralph Lauren Sports, so I mean, the brand doesn't usually matter as long as it looks good and fits good. I think it can be kind of cute and quirky. I'm not necessarily like a preppy style, at least I don't think so, but I think I can make it work still. Now some other things that didn't make it in my cart were the 2 things I tried on that didn't fit, and a pair of shoes. I really like them and they are in my size, but they felt tight. Even though it was marked 8.5, it felt small to me. And they were flats that kind of crunch up, you know, those curly flats. So I put those back. I didn't want to. I was like convincing myself that they would fit, but I knew they didn't. I tried them on, I walked in them. So I also put back a straw purse, again thinking spring, working on my spring wardrobe. But you guys know I just got that Nuuly diaper bag, plus I have enough other bags, smaller ones, mostly all brown. I have a backpack, so like I'm really good in the purse department. It was just catching my eye, but I had to be realistic with what I have, and that one didn't have like enough strap options because sometimes you don't always want things on your shoulders, so I let that one go. I almost bought a coffee table. Don't need a coffee table. I thought about switching it up and it was only $5, but I'm not a DIYer and it needed to be DIY'd. It needed to be sanded and redone, either painted or stained, and by the time I get around to doing things and the pace I go at, my passion's not always in it. I didn't do it. Plus I wasn't with my husband and I feel really weird sometimes bringing furniture home that he doesn't see. I know it's probably just a personal issue, but I just want to make sure he likes the stuff too because he lives here too. So I hope you like this haul. I hope you like hearing me tell you how I shop like a minimalist, and if you want to see stuff like this in the future, let me know. Click thumbs up if you like this video, and I hope to see you guys on my next one. Bye. I need to pot this plant, but by the way, this is from Goodwill as well. I use this in a winter challenge, so mostly minimalist. I hot glued an ornament that said joy to it and then just take it off so I can use it the rest of the year, Christmas, anytime, you guys. Nice to get neutral things like that.